You do fight Khamzat Chimaev. What separates you? What makes you different? What makes you different than everybody else that who he's fought?
Do believe his boxing is pretty good too. He's very nice straight shots. He's been working with when he was still in Sweden. He worked with an Olympic boxer a lot. But I think that the main thing is, if it goes to the ground, if he takes me down, great. If I take him down, great. And if it's on the feet, great. I think there's not an area that we can go to in the fight that's gonna be bad for me. I'd be happy if he's on top and I can play guard. I have some nice tricks from the bottom. I'd be happy if I'm on top. I have some nice tricks from the top. And standing up, I feel like I can hang with him as well. So see if what I do is the same thing I always do: is put the pressure on, see if I can get in the clinch and hurt him there. Take him down, see if I can get a choke. I think jiu-jitsu is a very important aspect of fighting him. And I think in the clinch would be a big part of it as well. Every time you get up and end up in the clinch, you gotta hurt him. You gotta make him work harder, which is something that just didn't happen in this fight. He didn't have to work that hard. He was never hurt to the body. He was never hurt upstairs. I think there's a lot of opportunities where I could do some stuff that Dricus was not able to do. I think even off my back, I'd be dangerous. I think I'd be able to take him down, not to brag. Maybe put him on his back. I think it would be an interesting matchup with the skills I have and the skill he has.
This is where I feel like DDP and their team might have messed up. We're gonna wrestle the wrestler. We're gonna do X, Y, and Z. How would you tailor make your camp with a guy like Khamzat?
Yeah, we have a lot of those Dagestani, Chechen guys at Killcliff that I work with regularly. See if Bison Guru has always been a guy that I train with a lot. I'll see if I can still get him to.
I'd be a little different that.
After he spent a couple of weeks with Khamzat, I hope he's still available to me.
Can I give you a tip, RDR?
Yeah.
There's a man to your right
exactly
that has fought him before, and
that's the next thing I was gonna say. And I have Gilbert and Kamaru close that know a lot of what it takes.
Check out what he just said, Kamaru. Gilbert has fought him. He's got those looks. He's got Greg Jones, the 3-time NCAA champ. I mean, shit, man. I mean, I don't want to be making no predictions right now because, before Kamaru gets on me. But, dude, I like where this is going, RDR.
Yeah. Is there anything you really took away from that fight in the grappling?
With Khamzat?
Yeah.
I guess this feeds into my next what I was going to ask you anyways in your previous fight with Robert Whitaker. But, yeah, to answer your question, there are some things that I took away from that fight that I would do different to where, and this is not me, because I think, like I said, Dricus du Plessis was a really good champion. And when I thought what he's done so far was incredible to go through back-to-back-to-back champions and all, and put them away the way he has, beat them, I thought was great. And I think he's really, tough and talented fighter. But looking at that performance and looking at what Khamzat Chimaev was doing to him, you hit the nail right on the head. In referee's position, you were not possessing anything to make Khamzat do something different. And I think that is one of the biggest things in there because, listen, like I said, I really like to play on the spirit of a fighter as opposed to just their athletic ability. And so when you're in the fight, when you kind of come into the clinch positions, I could hear them breathing. I can hear how fast or how slow they're breathing. This is something that I take into account and you can tell when they're starting the heart rate's elevated and I can push them a little bit more. Mm-hmm. I just didn't see anything from DDP to show that. He didn't have the skill to be able to fight the hands, use the cage, work up. And if you saw, Henry, if you guys paid attention to my fights with Leon Edwards, this is where I thought Leon did such a phenomenal
He
job
did
at
very well, man.
improving.
The 2-on-1.
Improving at is knowing that, okay, I don't have the wrestling and I will never have the wrestling to compare with him in a wrestling match. But if I do get taken down, I'm going to get to the cage, split my legs, fight the hands, separate the hands, and work up. And I thought he did a phenomenal job at that.
Yeah, you're right.
And ultimately, I could feel my energy, even though when I'm tired, I don't care. I just push through and I keep going. I could feel it. There was a moment where I'm working, I'm successful in everything that I'm doing, but I'm a little tired. And I didn't think DDP possessed any of that because he didn't know how to get up, fight the hands, put his back on the cage, and start to shrimp out.
He didn't have those skills ready.
He did not have those skills. And the one thing with Khamzat Chimaev is Khamzat really wasn't even putting forward pressure on him. He just sat back behind him and he just was around his waist, controlling him. And that was a big, I think it's such a big key that I think I'm always harping on. That separates me is I'm going to put that pressure to where you're not even going to want to get to referee's position anymore. Either you're going to give me that or eventually give me your back and potentially give me the choke.
Kamaru, I probably disagree with you on that because the more that Khamzat allowed him to be on all fours, the more that he drained his battery. And then two, I think
Drain
now
whose
we
battery?
talked about like drain his battery, because he was on all fours just carrying his weight.
Right.
And you're
But what
bro.
I'm
You're
saying, what I was
100% right.
saying, you're right. But what I'm saying is he potentially would have got that finish had he been putting pressure on him, forward pressure, driving him, and not just letting him sit here on all fours. If you're driving him, he's going to be so exhausted with trying to fight up.
I'm going to bring something up too, Kamaru, because remember, as you said, RDR, you could feel the pressure that maybe Khamzat was having. You know who else had a shitty ass performance? I mean, I don't want to say he could have done better. The first time when Khabib fought Ala Quinta, bro, that fight was that's not the Khabib that we know. You know what I'm saying? So it's almost like
it's a
they
different
just
situation,
do their best to win.
Different.
And then after that, what I'm saying, it's the same scenarios, bro. The pressure, they're just wanting to get the victory, bro. I spent so much time in Russia, like they're kings out there, bro. When you have one of these in Olympic gold, like, dude, you are a king. It's not like we have it here in America, baseball, football. Like those guys are the superstars on that side, so they feel that pressure. So I feel like a little bit that Khamzat probably could have done what you were saying. But again, there's that other pieces like, hey man, let me just get this victory, and then after this, the Khamzat of the old will come out.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, he felt like he was gonna get the win in this way, especially after the second round. He knew if I just get to this position again, I'm gonna win easily. That's definitely true. But in the referee position, like what made Khabib special is that he would always work to put a guy on his face.
Right.
Every time he kept working, putting him on his face, and that would really drain him and give him the option to get the finish. And we didn't see that from Khamzat this time, but it's really a little bit of it's a small adjustment, right? If he would just keep walking forward, keep the pressure on the shoulders, and keep pushing off on his toes, I think he would be even more dangerous there. But I wanted to ask, so you guys spent some time in the referee position as well in the first round,
a little bit, yeah.
And then he got to the back once, and then from the back you got on top. Do I remember?
No, from the back I stood up.
You got up. Yeah,
stood up.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was. He is a handful to deal with in that first round, and I'll be honest with you, extremely handful. In that first round, where he's strong, where he's dry, and where he doesn't have to really think at all yet.
Yeah,
is a handful. For me, I believe where I kind of stood out is I knew how to deal with that. You're not going to finish me there. No. I've been finished before, and I vowed I would never give that up again. So I've worked tirelessly for years to not be put in that situation. But he's so strong when he gets there that for me it was just, okay, how can I potentially isolate this situation? So make him work to potentially try to get the finish or make him think. And that's where it was trying to make him work, trying to make him finish. But he's so damn good and just there in going to the next position, the next position, next position.
Yeah, that's what he does very well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so you have to make him keep doing that. If he's going to the next and the next and the next and the next, that takes energy and that takes work. I would say that's the only thing. But in that first round, once he got the which I didn't think he was going to be able to get, but just once he got the takedown, I had nothing. I was just defense mode. It was time to defend, not give that up, and know that every round we start here.
Yeah.
And so that would be the takeaway. But yes, Dricus just didn't give him that look for Khamzat to have to give that pressure. So he stood there and was content there. Yeah. And that's not Khamzat's fault. That was Dricus as the champion, the defending champion. You have to be in control of that fight at every moment. And he just wasn't.
No, you're right.
Right now, if they said, and like I said, I love your honesty so far. If they said right now, we're giving someone the shot, out of everyone in the division right now, who do you think is most deserving? You.
Wow. Come on.
I like your honesty, and I would throw this at you again, but I have a feeling I know what the answer is right now in the landscape of the middleweight division, who do you think has the best chance of dethroning the newly crowned champion?
Yeah. It's me, yeah. I think so.
Point at yourself, RDR.